Hey, I know this is gonna turn well because I'm actually sitting like sideways. Anyway, I'm finally back and I'm casting Jaraci Cup 1. And I'm still in the group stage. The tournament just finished a couple days ago, so I've definitely got some catching up to do, but better late than never. Ooh. Whoa. I don't know if that's coming across in the recording, but someone is speeding real quickly like, and it sounds cool. Anyway, the map is going to be College Teeth, which is RoBeY's map pick. And his opponent going to be AGameAnx down here in the south. In the gray and gray trunks, it is AGameAnx. Anyway, so quite a steep opponent to deal with right here. And this, of course, is the group of death that we talked about, Group D. Not going to be easy to get out of this one. Now, you may be wondering, RoBeY, I didn't think he was in this tournament. Well, he is now. I think, anyway. Yeah, that's true, isn't it? There was someone who just, like, dropped out, kind of, and, he was like, well, since you haven't really made any progress at all, because back then we were still in the group stage, even though it should have been finished, like, 2 weeks before that. He was like, mind if I hop in? We were like, well, sure, if you can get your games done, and sure enough he did, so. I didn't complain. I thought that was fine. Although I should mention that when Jaraci Cup 12 happens, it's going to be a lot stricter for, like, time. And we have, in mind anyway, kind of like a timing for that. It should be not this weekend, but the weekend after that. So, you're going to have to play your games on time for that one. We're going to get that one finished, you know, on time. It's not going to be like this tournament, but... but hey, if it results in some more games to cast, more games that I'm behind on, yeah, that's fine. You know, I enjoy it. Let's see what's going to be going on here. AGame going with one production cruiser into railguns right here. No sign of a second one, right? So it's not going to be like a flat railgun rush, but I do imagine he wants to get some pressure in here. And I noticed RoBeY lost a probe, but he launched another one already. Those things have had their cost not increased. I'm in the loop. I think that was something that he had been testing earlier at AGame, but I guess in the tournament that was not true. So unless they're actually playing vanilla. No, they're not. That'd be funny though. Actually, I haven't seen that happen yet in the tournament. There are a couple of replays where the game ends in like 2 minutes because they realize they're actually playing vanilla and they stop. And some people accidentally sent that replay in, but no one like played the whole game out in vanilla, which is nice. That's one thing that we were worried about. At least not yet. We'll see if that happens eventually. But so RoBeY gonna hope that he can hold off just using these ALMs and the LAVs, and he can, mind you. I'm pretty sure, you know, that's not going to be a problem. AGame's still kind of trying to play around with him here. He wants to make him get a little stressed out, and he is perhaps hoping that he'll just overbuild on LAVs. But I don't think he has. I think RoBeY responding here pretty much the way he should. Question is, what's he going to do about the railguns, right? Because the assault railgun here is definitely going to be able to push in on those LAVs, but not yet. Especially with ALMs in the area. These things actually do like noticeable damage in the mod now. Another ALM gets deployed here, and you can see the damage there on the assault railgun. Yeah, it's pretty big. This one, though, I think is way too far forward. I don't know. It does feel like it's going to get killed off by these sand skimmers here for sure now. There's also a heavy railgun now, which is interesting to see, and this is the second one being produced as well. So RoBeY's carrier just going to come out here and try and, you know, throw all these units off of him, but that's going to be really expensive, because obviously he's not on his main now. And this, I think, is the damage AGame wanted to do. He could back off here and be fine, and I'm sure he's not going to. Like, I'm sure he's going to stick around for a little while longer still. Another LAV gets picked down there. So yeah, I think deploying this ALM forced RoBeY to make some pretty drastic moves to keep that, you know, keep that, like, the situation intact, and that's just not good for him. One power and weapons here would be excellent. Yep, there we go. And that is going to actually provide 2 missiles. So Ron Carrier has just fired 1, but it does get 2 missiles once he powers up the weapon to 1. And so that is going to be a significant increase in his defensive capability, but he's actually starting to get sieged down by these heavy rails now. And another ALM gets deployed here, but again, I think this is starting to become kind of spammy. It's also not targeting the sand skimmers, which is quite unfortunate. AGame is going to take advantage of that. This guy's at like 5 health. The thing is, those ALMs are just not cheap, you know what I mean? And I'd much rather see that RoBeY had some railguns, or even AAVs. It doesn't sound good because his railguns are on the map already, but that would still be better than that he's making all these ALMs. And also because carriers this far forward, first railgun just gets picked off for nothing. So this is starting to look really good for AGameAnx. Like I said, like the damage was enough that he could back away earlier, but I mean, why back away if you could just win the game right here? And I think he can. It's interesting he's still making railguns because I feel like he needs Strikecraft more than anything else right now. But I mean, his micro has not failed him yet. I don't think it's going to in this match here. RoBeY would have to pull off something incredible if he was gonna take it out using Strikecraft. No time to tech into air. I really don't know what his options are at this point. It's looking pretty hairy. Let's see, what do I think of Color's Teeth as a map pick for RoBeY? I think that's actually not bad. Especially because there's potential to like AAV rush and stuff on this map, which is less deadly in the mod, but it's still pretty nasty. But I don't know. I mean, he got attacked by AGameAnx, but I didn't really get to see like what he was gonna pull off on this map. I'm not sure if he really had that much of a plan, but I always like to think that players do. You know what I mean? LAB's getting picked off here now. There's just no more of them, you know what I mean? I think RoBeY's starting to produce more right now, but he hadn't been making any more of them until just now, right? So these Sandskimmers all at pretty low health, but I think like this is the same number of Sandskimmers AGameAnx came in here with, except maybe minus like 2, you know what I mean? So he's probably gonna lose one right here. But look at the damage on that carrier, it's just going up and up and up. And it's also worth noting the Saban carrier actually, when he's only on armor, or when he doesn't have any power on armor, that is, his armor level's only 15, right? Which is not so impactful with railguns. Well, I guess ALMs don't get destroyed when the carrier blows up. It's not as impactful with railguns because they do a lot of damage, which means that armor is less, you know, a lot of damage in one hit, right? Which means armor is kind of less impactful against them. But still, it dies a lot quicker than other carriers will if it doesn't have any power in the armor. And that's to balance the fact that it can be potentially really deadly. So, nice clean win there from A-Game. Really good early aggression. Just a little too much for RoBeY. We'll see what he can do about it in game 2.